Welcome to our presentation on the mysterious phenomenon of spontaneous combustion. We will be examining the science behind this phenomenon, as well as exploring potential explanations and implications. Now, let us begin our journey. Spontaneous combustion has been a source of mystery for centuries, with its ability to cause fire without an external source of ignition. It can lead to destruction and even death. This presentation will aim to explore the science behind this rare phenomenon and its mysterious nature. Through understanding it better, we can attempt to work on solutions to prevent any future occurrences. Spontaneous combustion is a captivating concept. It is the process when flammable material catches fire and burns without an external heat source. Heat is produced inside the substance as a result of chemical reactions. For instance, when hay or compost piles start burning, it is due to heat produced by bacteria through decomposition of organic matter. Also, coal, sawdust, and oil-soaked fabrics are more prone to spontaneous combustion as they are exposed to heat and oxidation. Knowing the science behind spontaneous combustion can help to prevent dangerous situations in daily life. Spontaneous combustion is an extremely rare occurrence, however, there have been episodes documented as far back as the 19th century. A notable example found in literature is the death of Crook in Charles Dickens' Bleak House. Although some may deny the legitimacy of this event, there have been other incidents, proven by written records, where a person's body had been reduced to ashes despite the absence of external flames. This unusual and enigmatic process warrants further examination. Gurukulplex's presentation on spontaneous combustion takes a deep dive into modern cases of this enigmatic occurrence. In 2010, a man from Ireland was discovered lifeless with burns on his body, though doubters argued it could have been an accidental burn or arson. In 2017, an Indian man alleged to have spontaneous combust multiple times, causing even more scrutiny. While profound medical examination was not able to deliver a conclusion, it left the query open: was this potentially spontaneous combustion? Our presentation continues to research this and other instances of the inexplicable. Spontaneous combustion is a phenomenon that has long been studied by scientists, with two of the most popular theories being the wick effect and the static electricity theory. The wick effect suggests that clothing can act as a wick, drawing heat which can then ignite the body. The static electricity theory proposes that a buildup of static electricity can create a spark which then can ignite flammable materials on or near a person's body. While these two theories remain controversial, it is clear that spontaneous combustion is a fascinating topic that has been a source of debate and study for centuries. Good afternoon. Spontaneous combustion has long been a source of fascination for authors and filmmakers alike. Ray Bradbury's Fahrenheit 451 famously used it to symbolize oppression, while the X-Files episode, Fire, explored themes of desire, obsession and self-destruction. Discover the intriguing history and enduring culture around the mysterious phenomenon of spontaneous combustion. Spontaneous combustion is a dangerous phenomenon that can have catastrophic consequences if not handled with care. Materials such as oily rags, hay, and compost are particularly prone to catch fire, even without any external ignition. To prevent this, it is crucial to properly dispose of these materials, either by soaking them in water or storing them in airtight containers. It is also essential to be aware of temperature and humidity conditions that can increase the risk of spontaneous combustion. Taking the right precautions is the key to minimize potential risks and avert disasters. The concept of spontaneous combustion may be rooted in ancient myths and legends, but it's also a very real and modern phenomenon. While the debate continues to rage, one thing is certain: when the flames come from within, they can be unpredictable and potentially devastating. So it's up to us to stay diligent and practice basic safety measures, including refraining from smoking, using proper electrical wiring, and exercising basic fire safety protocols. Doing so can help us prevent such tragedies from occurring in the first place. As we continue to explore this fascinating phenomenon, it's important to remember that even in the face of the unknown, preparation and safety can be the difference between life and death. By staying aware of our surroundings and taking the right precautions, we can protect ourselves and others from the dangers of spontaneous combustion. Spontaneous combustion is an intriguing phenomenon that has mystified scientists for many years. It involves materials that seem to burst into flames without any obvious cause. Even though reports of spontaneous combustion have often been dismissed as myth or superstition, they can actually teach us about the importance of staying open-minded when presented with new evidence and ideas. As our knowledge and understanding of the universe continually increase, we should make it a priority to embrace the process of discovering and exploring the unknown. As we explore the topic of spontaneous combustion, it is important to consider the role of the media in perpetuating its myth. While some have taken a cautious and skeptical stance, others have used it as a way to attract attention and profit. This brings up ethical questions about the media's responsibility to accurately report on controversial topics where scientific evidence is lacking. We must keep these in mind as we move forward. Modern times come with an ever-increasing level of connectivity, and this extends to our knowledge of spontaneous combustion. Thanks to social media, we can now hear stories and reports from all over the globe, providing us with much to ponder and explore. Social media is also a platform that allows us to share our understanding and knowledge on the subject, bringing us closer to a full comprehension of the phenomenon. With this collective knowledge, we can now engage in debates and discussions, making it easier to come to a better grasp of this matter. Spontaneous combustion has been a topic of interest and speculation for centuries. Numerous experiments have been conducted in an effort to prove or disprove its existence, however the mystery remains unsolved. To make progress, we must be prepared to continue exploring theories and assessing them against current evidence. It is important to keep an open mind and evolve our views as new data is found. To move closer to understanding the mechanics of spontaneous combustion, further research is necessary. Gurukulplex recognizes the cultural value and implications of spontaneous combustion as a potent metaphor for scrutinizing topics such as literature, politics, and philosophy. We aspire to explore and question its meanings in order to aid our students in gaining a more in-depth comprehension of their environment. People often speak of spontaneous combustion, the phenomenon of people bursting into flames due to unknown forces. This has been widely debated, and it has certainly generated a great deal of curiosity. However, studies into the psychology behind those who believe in spontaneous combustion have concluded that such beliefs can be influenced by the tendency to perceive patterns where none exist, a desire for control amid uncertainty, or, more simply, a belief in conspiracy theories. Therefore, it is important to be skeptical and to approach claims with critical thinking rather than accepting them at face value. With an understanding of the psychological factors at play, we can assess the evidence more carefully and guard against falling for pseudoscientific claims. The humanities play a significant role in our knowledge. They give us an insight into our own culture and those of other societies, thereby providing us with a broader outlook on life. When debating about spontaneous combustion, it is essential to practice skepticism. This enables us to ask pertinent questions and study the available information with an unbiased view. With that in mind, let us now turn our attention to the key role the humanities serve in our lives. As the investigation into spontaneous combustion progresses, pondering the ethical consequences of each exploration is crucial. Taking into account potential risks of experiments, from obtaining consent to preserving data confidentiality and preventing erroneous outcomes, is pivotal. Researchers must take all necessary steps to guarantee the safety and well-being of the people included in their tests and must stick to the most exacting ethical standards. Spontaneous combustion has intrigued people for generations, which has led to numerous research studies to understand its physical and chemical processes. Nevertheless, there are plenty of unanswered questions. Regarding the potential connection with paranormal activity, even though there are no scientific proofs to back this claim up, some people connect it with the release of psychic energy or the presence of malevolent spirits. Despite this, most scientists view such explanations as pseudoscientific, and the truth of what really causes spontaneous combustion is yet to be found. Despite our limited knowledge on spontaneous combustion, the scientific community has come a long way in comprehending this extraordinary phenomenon. We have identified a number of key factors that may increase the risk of an instance of spontaneous combustion, such as specific chemical reactions with oxygen, the effect of environmental conditions such as humidity and temperature, and even human behavior. Although our understanding is still lacking, research is continuing and our knowledge of this subject is growing. Spontaneous combustion is a phenomenon that can affect humans, as well as other materials such as wood, paper and fabrics. It happens when an object, usually organic in nature, is heated until it suddenly bursts into flames without any contact with an external heat source. Although there has been a lot of research and theorizing about this event, the exact mechanism that causes it remains largely unknown. We do know that the flames are caused by a chemical reaction which can reach temperatures up to 1000 degrees Celsius, causing significant fire damage and reminding us of the risks posed by our modern lifestyles. The phenomenon of spontaneous combustion has been debated and scrutinized for centuries. When it comes to investigating such rare claims, it is essential to employ critical thinking skills. We need to go beyond relying on anecdotal reports and instead analyze the evidence objectively, searching for data that can be confirmed. In addition, we should be prepared to re-evaluate our conclusions if new evidence emerges that contradicts our starting point. In order to draw reliable conclusions about spontaneous combustion, a rigorous examination of the facts is essential. It is clear that spontaneous combustion is a fascinating and mysterious phenomenon. It is important to continue to approach this phenomenon with a skeptical mind and with evidence-based research. But it is also important to appreciate the cultural significance that spontaneous combustion has, as it serves as a metaphor for mortality, a symbol of the unknown, and a reminder of the limits of scientific knowledge. Thank you for taking the time to learn more about spontaneous combustion and for listening to our presentation.